Everyone, welcome back to YouTube classes. It's Divya here with class 11 physics. So today in our class we are going to discuss about the next topic of your chapter work energy power, that is collisions. See, collision means in the word itself it is understood what is collision, isn't it? When we can say two bodies will collide with each other, when they either physically strike against each other, or if the path of any one is influenced by the other, you can see that two bodies have collided, isn't it? So that is only the definition for your collision. And when you talk about this collision is actually of two types: elastic collision and inelastic collision. So today in our class we are going to discuss about elastic collision. Okay, now what is mean by elastic collision? What do you mean by elastic collision? See, if in case of an elastic collision, make sure that the momentum, that is whatever momentum the body is having, the kinetic energy, whatever it is having, all will be conserved. Okay, so in case of an elastic collision, the kinetic energy or the momentum a body is having, all will be conserved. Okay, now let us see, come to the derivation, or let us prove for come to the proof for this elastic collision. Clear? Now for the proof of the elastic collision, we are going to consider two bodies, that is A and B. So I am going to consider two bodies A and B. A having mass m1, having velocity u1, traveling in the this given direction. Now second body I am going to consider is body B, having mass m2 and having initial velocity u2. Okay, so these are the two bodies which I am going to consider. Now what you are going to see is that these bodies are going to travel along a straight line with initial velocity u1 and u2. Now let's suppose if u1 is greater than u2. In that case, automatically A and B will have a collision. A will collide with B. So consider the collision to be head-on collision. So at the time of collision, it will be A, B, isn't it? Having mass m1 and m2. Now, if the collision is going to be a head-on collision, so you will have A and B will the velocities will change after collision, isn't it? So, since it is a head-on collision, both are going to travel in the same direction. A mass is not going to change, but the velocity has changed to final velocity v1 and final velocity v2 for B, isn't it? So this is the condition we are going to consider. Now we know that according to law of conservation of momentum, what you have, m1 u1 plus m2 u2 will be equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2, isn't it? Clear? Now what I am going to do this m1 terms I am going to bring it on one side, that is m1 u1 minus m1 v1 will be equal to m2 v2 minus m2 u2. Now take here m1 I am going to take common, so that it will be u1 minus v1, and here m2 I am going to take it common, so that it will be v2 minus u2. So this I am going to give equation number 1. See, here we have told in case of elastic collision, momentum will be conserved. So from that condition we got equation number 1. Now for an elastic collision, the second condition we were having, kinetic energy will be conserved, isn't it? So kinetic energy we are having the equation half m v square. So in the LHS like this, similarly what we will have, for A it will be half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square will be equal to half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square, isn't it? Now again, as we have done in the above equation, u1 terms all together and v1 terms all together, you will have half m1 u1 square minus half m2 m1 v1 square will be equal to half m2 v2 square minus half m2 u2 square. Okay, now here half m1 I am going to take it outside, half m1 into u1 square minus v1 square, and here half m2 common, so that v2 square minus u2 square. Now this half and half will get cancelled, and remaining you will be having m1 u1 square minus v1 square will be equal to m2 v2 square minus u2 square. So this you are going to have equation number 2. Now what you are going to do? You are going to divide equation number 2 by 1. Okay, you are going to divide equation number 2 by 1. Now when you divide this equation number 2 by 1, what you will get? Equation number 2 is m1 into u1 square minus v1 square will be equal to m2 into v2 square minus u2 square. Now when you divide it, here in the LHS you will have m1 into u1 minus v1, and in the RHS you will have m2 into v2 minus u2, isn't it? So m2 and m2 will get cancelled, m1 and m1 will get cancelled. Now when you see the remaining portions, this is numerator is the form a square minus b square. So you can split it as u1 minus v1 into u1 plus v1 divided by u1 minus v1, which is equal to, here also you are going to split it, v2 minus u2 into v2 plus u2 divided by v2 minus u2. Now this will get cancelled, and here v2 minus u2 will get cancelled. Now what is only remaining? u1 plus v1 will be equal to v2 plus u2. Now when you rearrange the u terms together and the v terms together, you will have u1 minus u2 will be equal to v2 minus v1. Okay, so from this equation what you can say? u1 minus u2 is the relative velocity for A and B, isn't it? For reaching each other, and v2 minus v1 is going to be the relative velocity with which the body separate from each other. Got it? So thus what you can conclude? The relative velocity with which two bodies approach each other before collision, and the relative velocity with which they recede from each other after collision, both will be same, or both will be equal. So this is all about your elastic collision. Now again, when you consider this last equation, if you write an equation for this v2, what you will get? If you write it for v2, you will get u1 minus u2 plus v1, isn't it? So from the last equation, if you are going to write what is for v2 from the same equation, that is if you are going to give equation number 3, from equation number 3, if you are going to write an equation for v2, you will be having v2 will be equal to u1 minus u2 plus v1. Now this value v of v2, if you are going to put it in equation number 1, that is this value, equation number 4, you are going to put it in equation number 1. Let us see what you are going to get it. So there again, when you put it in equation number 1, what you will get? m1 into u1 minus v1, which will be equal to m2 into, instead of v2 you are going to put u1 plus v1 minus 2u2, isn't it? Now what you are going to do? v1 terms you are going to open the bracket and bring the v1 terms together. Okay, open the bracket and take the v1 terms together and you rearrange it. When you rearrange it, what you will get? Minus v1 into m1 plus m2 will be equal to u1 into m2 minus m1 minus 2 m2 u2. So this equation you are getting, open this bracket, rearrange all the v1 terms on one side and u1 terms on one side, so that you will get, and when you take the v1 outside and u1 outside, you will get this equation. Now from this equation, if you are going to write what is v1, you will get m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into u1 plus 2 m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into u2. Okay, so from this equation, if you are going to write what is v1, this negative you have applied it throughout, so that final equation will come like this. So this is the expression for velocity v1 of the body A after collision. Okay, so this is for body A after collision. Similarly, from the last equation, see, you have written v2 and substituted, isn't it? So similarly, for v1, if you are going to substitute, what you will get? v2 plus u2 minus u1. So this equation again, if you are going to put it in equation number 1, and if you solve it like this, what you will get? You will get the equation for v2. That will be 2m1 upon m1 plus m2 into u1 plus m2 minus m1 divided by m1 plus m2 into u2, and this is the equation or expression for the velocity of the body B after collision, right? So this is all, this is the two equations you are going to get for after collision and before collision, after collision for body A and body B in case of an elastic collision, right? Now if you go for special cases, if both the masses are equal, if both the masses are equal, equations will again reduce. So if in that case, v1 will be, what you will have, if m1 is equal to m2, say for example you are going to, m1 is equal to m2, you are going to apply in this equation, so that v1 will turn to m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 into u1. This term will get cancelled, isn't it? Similarly, in case of v2, if you are going to apply that, this term will remain and this term will get cancelled. Clear? Got it? So now, see, if two bodies are, m1 is exactly equal, see, first case we have taken m1 is equal to m2 is equal to m we are considering. Now second case, if both are equal, m1 and m2 both are equal, means v1 in this case, if both these are equal, means 0 by 0 it will get cancelled. Here also, if both are equal, this term will also get cancelled, so that v1 will be equal to 0. And for the second case, v2, you will it will be equal to u1. This term will get cancelled. If both are equal, this will get 1 and u1 will only remain. Got it? Now these are all about the special cases. So this is all about your elastic collision. So with this we are concluding with today's topic, and in the next class we will come with the inelastic collision. Till then, stay safe, take care. Thank you.